Welcome right back to the Buds channel. I'm back here with Gavin and Joe. I think Joe's here for the first. Joe, stop. I think you're here for the first time in a while. How long has it been?
Yeah, I've been a busy guy. Last week,
Were, were you here for that
last
video
Saturday,
even?
Friday. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
championship video. Friday.
Oh yeah, you were. Yeah, that was our
Hey,
picks. Yeah, I forgot about
I'm
that.
back.
Yeah, he's
I'm
back
back.
and back for some
My
big
leave of
news.
absence is over.
And he's more or less back for an outsider's view of this. But the first big trade of the NFL
I have a
offseason.
very good take on this.
Yeah. So the first big trade of the NFL offseason went down. We talked about this in last week's video, and then we talked about it with Dose of Dion on Saturday's video. Where was Stafford going? And this team was on no one's radar, I think. We didn't even bring them up. I think they emerged early Saturday morning. Or like they at least reports started coming out about him. But he went to the LA Rams for in exchange for two first-round picks, future first-round picks, 2022 and 2023, a third-round pick for this year, and then for quarterback Jared Goff. And I mean, Gavin, I was walking in my house when it happened. What was your first reaction when you saw it?
I mean, it was just kind of craziness. We were in a Discord call with a few other friends, and then we all just kind of freaked out together. I had my hands on my head, just shocked for about 5 minutes that we actually got a good deal for the first time in forever.
And then
Didn't get
Joe,
screwed.
as an outsider, your first reaction, like when you first saw it, like being Jets
So I
fan.
read. So I was on a call with Nick.
Yeah.
And he was like, Stafford got traded, and I was like, wait. So then, he read me the deal, and he said, and I was like, okay, it has to be for golf, I would think, right?
Mhm.
And then once you read the two first round pick, because like in my opinion, like, okay, Stafford might be a little bit better. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, but I think they're both they're both above average.
Okay.
I think golf had a down year.
Yeah.
Say and plus, the age difference just makes I feel like the Lions, like in my opinion, the Lions would have won the trade just trading straight up.
Okay. Yeah. And I mean, you can say
Say
that.
say
I
say
think
otherwise.
I think
But
this puts it was good for all three teams in a way. It puts Stafford with a top 5 defense, a top 10 rushing attack, which he's never had in his career, and it kind of just lets him. He doesn't have to be so aggressive on the pass. If he needs to run, they can run. I think LA is going to be a good team to having a good veteran presence in there. They obviously went to the Super Bowl with Goff and everything. And now I do believe this gives Goff a new start. He had 2 good years in 1 good year in 2018, and then he had a decent year in
a really good
2019.
start to this year.
Yeah, and then he had a decent
really
start
good
this year, and then it's just injuries got to him, and he really couldn't do anything. And I mean, maybe he needed that new start. Maybe he needed it. And I mean, Brad Holmes, Goff was his guy. He drafted Goff. Or he didn't draft him technically because he wasn't the GM there. He was
But he made the biggest push to draft.
yeah,
Goff.
he was the head scouting or head of college scouting. So obviously he was pushing for that pick when I think it was Goff and then Carson Wentz that year. They went 1-2. So obviously he pushed. I think did they trade up for that pick even or no? I could be wrong there.
For Rams, no.
Yeah, did the Rams
No,
trade
I
up
don't
for
think
that
so.
Goff pick?
I don't believe so. They could have, but I don't think so.
I don't know. Yeah, I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. I feel like they traded, but maybe they didn't. It may have been part of the Washington pick when Washington wanted RG3. It may have been part of that. But other than that, it was 2 first-round picks trade for each other. I think it's a win-win-win for Stafford, a win for the Lions, and a win for the Rams. The Rams finally got a veteran quarterback. Stafford finally got to a team finally got. It's not like he wanted out of Detroit, but not in like a bad way. And then got Stafford's money off the books for the Lions. Got 2 future first-round picks, a third-round pick, and a 26-year-old quarterback that is on a very favorable contract considering we can buy him out after the 2022 season with $5 million in cap hit to us. And I think that was the best move is that we can buy him out after 2 seasons. So
I thought it was pretty good.
It kind of
I
rivals.
would have liked it straight up. I'm not even playing. I would have liked that.
No, stop.
No.
The Lions.
For a rebuilding franchise, you're trying to tell me you would not rather not rebuilding, but a franchise who knows they're not going to win in the next 1 to 2 to 3 years. No
Yeah.
offense.
Yeah.
I'm in. You already know where I come from. We're not winning the next 25. So, I mean, I wish you could sign 25-year contracts, but you can't. So where's it going with this? Yeah, I mean, and you give them 2 first-round picks. Obviously, they're in like what are they in? Like 2022, 23?
Yeah.
2023.
They're 22
So
and 23.
They're not
So
going to
they're
be super
be-
early picks. They're going to be mid to late round.
Yeah. So they're obviously not bad. I mean,
you don't know that. You don't know that.
Exactly.
You don't know that.
Exactly.
True.
The Rams
Again,
could just
bro, those picks should be top 10 picks. They could be like the Dallas Cowboys, make them go 13-3, then end up like 8-7, like 9-7. I meant like that could easily happen. So you never know with those picks.
But so I mean, from an outsider standpoint, there, like, do the Lions take a quarterback this draft, or I mean, a lot of people are arguing, okay, so at 7, whatever pick goes at 7 is going to determine if the Lions are rebuilding or retooling. If you go quarterback, you're rebuilding. If you go anything else, you're retooling. And I personally don't want quarterback. I mean, do you think they're going to Gavin first? Gavin, do you think they're going to take quarterback, or who do you, now that the Stafford trade has gone down, we've talked about this in the past, but who do you think or / want them to take now that it's done?
Yeah. I don't think we go quarterback anymore because I feel like I
hope
think
not.
we're still hoping that Goff can he's still 26. We're still kind of hoping he can.
The man, everyone's
back.
hating. The man went to he almost won a Super Bowl. Like, you can't, like, I'm not sipping
People
on the
are
Goff.
recency bias so hard right now. It's crazy.
I'm not sipping on the Goff juice. I'm not one bit. But the man won a Super Bowl. I want to see what he can do.
If I was a Lions fan, I would be.
Like, I'm not gonna sip on it yet because Lions fans, all sports fans do that too much. They go too much on a guy and then he just completely shits the bed. But like, the man went to a Super Bowl. The man has 6 playoff wins.
Yeah.
You can't knock him. He's been in the league for 5 years and he had 3 good seasons, and his rookie year he played 7 games, and last 2020 he was dealing with injuries. Man had 3 good seasons, and I think he still has potential. But sorry, go ahead. I just had to interrupt.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, but no, I don't think we draft quarterback, especially because the only quarterback that's really set in stone that's going to be half decent is Trevor Lawrence. So even no matter who falls, you're going to be taking a risk on a quarterback.
Yeah.
So who I think
Zach
we
Wilson's
take,
not a risk. Hot take.
I said the same thing.
I mean, you can throw in Zach Wilson, but
Wait, Gavin, did watching that film change your mind?
no, I would say the same thing about every quarterback. But if I think
we
take at 7, if Devontae Smith is at 7, I think we take Devontae Smith. But if he's not, I think we go Micah Parsons.
Yeah,
personally,
I can see that. And I mean, that does we were talking about it before we started recording here. That does, if we were to let Romeo Cora go, that does fill his spot there, and it does give you an impact edge rusher for the next 4 years, at least 4 years, and then obviously re-signing.
Yeah. Unless like Campbell, Holmes, and Dorsey find like a QB that they love, like for some reason they just fall in love with Lance.
Yeah.
Or like Mac Jones. Like then I think they take him just because they love him so much, but I don't think we go quarterback anymore.
All right, Joe, do you think, or what? I mean, basically it's what you think. It's not what you want because you're not a Lions fan. What do you think they're going to do there?
Oh, well, I'll have to bring my mock draft scenario into this. So, I had them trading, so like everything falling the way I said it was going to fall, which is very possible still because no trades have happened when like anyone acquired a quarterback rate position that they don't need. I think that they'll be at 7, be like, we don't need anyone here. Let's find someone who needs to trade up for a quarterback. As Justin Fields will fall because people will finally realize he's really not that good. And then they'll realize, and the 49ers will be like, oh, Justin Fields, quarterback, we'll pick him. Boom. They'll trade up with the Lions. Lions trade back, get more picks, get Jalen Waddle 12.
Okay. I did watch that, and I did see you guys say that, and I think they'll get more picks for that number 7. I do understand that trade set.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't know what to do with the trade.
Yeah, I did understand that website was like very restricting, but like I do think that they could get a decent amount of picks for that number 7, and it's definitely a possibility now that they have Goff that he's a serviceable QB. I was wishing at bare minimum, I was like, give me Tyrod. If you're trading away Stafford and you're getting a rookie quarterback, give me Tyrod at least. And I was like, just kill me with that first, and then I can go through another rebuilding phase.
Wait,
But
I can't be the only one picturing Jared Goff and Marvin Jones. All right, I feel like it's gonna be a very nasty duo for some reason.
well,
did you
Marvin's
not
probably
s-
leaving.
Yeah, I saw a thing. Dan
Oh,
Orlovsky
everybody's
tweeted it.
afraid.
He tweeted out a thing that said to make this deal perfect for the Rams, if they go out and sign Marvin Jones Jr. to pair with Stafford next year, and Marvin Jones retweeted it with like a gif of him saying like yes or something. So
That honestly,
Marvin Jones might be a Ram next year.
that's as weird. That's actually a perfect fit for him. You're giving them Robert Woods, Marvin Jones, and Cooper Cup. I mean, that
I feel like Jones and Cup. I feel like Jones should turn into a Cup type player, and he'll be really.
You mean Cup will turn to it? Jones is 10 times older than Cup. Cup is so young.
Okay, no. I'm saying play style wise.
Oh, play style. Yeah, I mean they're honestly kind of identical play style in a way. But yeah, I like what you say there.
I guess.
I like what you say there about trading them back. It does make sense, and then you gain more draft capital.
And they get Waddle.
Yeah, you drain more draft capital with getting a or if Michael Parsons falls with. I know Gavin said there's like allegations coming out about him at Penn State and stuff that may drop his draft stock.
Those are not allegations at Penn State.
Yeah, I know. Well, the stuff that's coming out is very like Penn State-esque, so it all fits.
I didn't even see it. Let me look this shit
after.
up.
Yeah, if I find it.
No, let's just look it up right now.
But
go on.
But if he can fall there and they can trade back and possibly still get their guy, only thing I'm worried about is all the top 3 receivers going in the top 10, which is a very good possibility. We could in the top 5, we could see 2 quarterbacks, 3 wide receivers. Yeah, you found it. Yeah. 2 quarterbacks, 3 wide receivers. We could possibly see that for the first time in modern draft history. I think. I don't think that.
Who's the third receiver you're thinking of?
Waddle, Chase, and Smith.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to make sure because I was about to say maybe 2nd or 3rd round we go receiver 2 and pick up Nico Collins if he's still on the board.
And I mean that's
not a 2nd round pick.
Well, I mean,
he's like a 3rd round. He's like a late 3rd.
I said 2nd.
I was looking at mock draft.
He said 2nd or 3rd.
I think said 2nd. I was like,
no, but
there's some really good 2nd round receivers.
Yeah, I know, but I did all the mock drafts I did. Sometimes we have them being gone at late 1st round or what. So I'm going off like what I've seen for mock drafts so far.
Yeah, no, but I think we either go receiver. If we don't trade it, we go receiver or obviously Parsons there at 7. I think it fits perfectly, and then I think you still go QB 2nd round if there's a Mac Jones or a Kyle Trask still sitting there. I think if one of those 2 are sitting there, nobody else. I think if one of those 2 are sitting there, you draft them, and it's a 2nd round QB. You're not really guaranteeing much there, but like, if you decide to get rid of Goff after 2 years, then you have a guy that's held the clipboard for 2 years and has learned behind at that point a veteran in the NFL. So that's just my opinion on that. But
watch the Lions make the playoffs.
Don't stop.
I said that NFC Championship.
I'm sipping the Goff
Rams.
juice. I'm not even gonna cap.
Could you imagine?
I'm sipping the Goff
Lions
juice.
versus Rams NFC Championship.
I mean, we do face them. That's honestly the interesting part about this all is that we do face the Rams late in the season. I think at LA. So that will definitely be. It will be a heartfelt game. It's gonna be hard to swallow that.
Oh wait, you probably just saw us. I mean, we are talking about the Lions. So might as well bring Michigan into this. I don't know. Like, did you see that Dylan McCaffrey is going to Northern Colorado?
Yep, the FCS. Yeah. I can't wait for Mort to push that in my face because I was calling for McCaffrey to still be the starting quarterback at
And his
Michigan.
and his dad's the head coach.
Yeah, that's the only reason why is because he'll probably get a year there, do good, and then come back to the FBS. But yeah, other than the Rams, basically all the teams involved for Stafford put out a trade to them and pushed them a trade. It says Chicago, Carolina, Denver were a handful amount of teams that reached out for him, along with the Colts, 49ers, and Washington. All of them basically offered a first-round pick, and but other than that, apparently Denver wouldn't give up Drew Lock, and that's why that's why the Lions didn't advance with them, because the Lions wanted Lock and the Broncos wouldn't give up Lock. So I don't think I could handle Lock in Detroit.
Yeah, I think I'm fine. I think I can handle Goff. I don't think I want Lock.
I mean, it seemed like whatever team we were trading with, we were asking for a QB in return, and that's probably why it didn't work with the Colts, because we probably wanted a QB and they didn't have one. They were going to offer us like a defensive player, and we would rather had a QB there.
Yeah,
I mean, low key, that would have been interesting if they like did that, but then went in the draft. They went quarterback, and then they probably could have gotten like, I don't know. But everyone was saying like, if Stafford's worth 2 first-round picks, how much is Deshaun Watson worth?
Well, they actually said the Stafford trade did not affect the Watson market, and that they're still asking for 2 first-round picks, and quote me on this, Gavin, a second-rounder and 2 defensive starters.
yeah, it was
So,
2
yeah.
to 3 first-round picks they wanted.
So it's a really weird asking price. I don't really understand
New
it.
York Jets aren't trading for that.
Like,
'Cause they don't have any defensive starters.
I mean, unless you guys are giving like Marcus May and like Quinn Williams. Like I'm just saying, I'm just giving.
Those guys are better than starters. Those guys are better than starters. I mean, more Quinn and Williams. I mean, they're both pretty good, but I don't. Those are like the best 2 players in the defense right now. That'd be scary.
But that's just
even
in my mind.
imagine
That's why
that.
I'm thinking
I'd
like
cry myself to sleep.
it all along with 2 first-round picks, that would hurt. But I mean, you guys have have
Sam.
2.
Oh my God.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
think
we have 2 first-rounders.
I don't think they would. I think you guys would give them your number 3 or whatever, or number 2, and then
We'll give him number 2 and 23 this year.
give them
And
number 2. Give them
Sam
number 2
and a 3rd-round pick.
No, I think you would give them
Take it
if
or
they're
leave it.
if they're truly asking for a defensive starter, you give them number 2, number 23, a future second, and a defensive starter, 1 defensive starter, because you're giving them 2 first-round picks this year, impact players this year. So
I think they want the defensive starters because I think the Texans are going to try and ship J.J. Watt too eventually.
and I mean, if they can ship J.J. Watt for a first-rounder this year, like
Defensive starter.
I don't understand it. They keep saying that.
Who the hell would the Jets trade that's a defensive starter that wouldn't make me cry?
Who's on your line?
We actually have a very good run stop. The only good thing about the Jets is that they can actually stop the run quite well.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, that they're going to want
Their
one of those.
their nose tackle can really stop the run well.
That's what I'm thinking is because the
And
Texans
like I would low-key kind of hurt if he got traded.
the Texans are one of the worst rush defenses in the NFL. So that's what I'm thinking, is that they want a D lineman, then like a safety, or like a corner or something. No, their secondary is pretty decent. So probably like a linebacker to replace like an edge rusher wise. And then they would go obviously QB at the 2nd pick, and then maybe like a lineman or somebody later on, like an interior lineman, like at that 23. If they're, I don't know who exactly is out there right now. I haven't taken a deep dive at the draft class, but still. Or like a playmaker.
At what position?
I mean, I'm talking about like at like a inside,
like any offensive position.
And no, like an inside offensive line position, like a guard, a center, one of those 2.
I mean, yeah, you got a couple this year actually.
Because then
it's not stacked, but
yeah. Because then you're giving your young QB you just drafted even more protected with Laramie Tunsil and then Titus Howard, I believe his name is, with 2 tackles right there.
Mhm.
And then you give him one more protector on the inside. And then running back position's a little iffy. You got David Johnson. And then wide receiver issue is even a little bit more iffy because now Will Fuller's probably leaving unless they franchise tag him, which he probably won't play in the franchise tag for them. But but yeah, I mean, that Deshaun Watson, it's going to be really interesting now that the Stafford trade went down. I think that's why they tried to push the Stafford trade so fast so that they could maximize on what they can get out of Stafford before, what if Deshaun was going to go for a guy, if they were going to do quarterback, 2 first-round picks and a future, or in another third.
Mm-hmm.
If they had caught wind of that, they might have been like, let's get this deal done now, and then skyrocketed the Deshaun market. But who knows about that? So, any last takes on this trade, or bold predictions, hot takes? You or Gavin, Joe?
I don't know.
Hot takes, you tell me. Okay. You go first, Gavin. I gotta formulate my hot takes.
I don't really know if I have a hot take. It's still so many questions we have left about what we're actually doing.
Yeah.
The draft free agency is really going to be where the hot takes can come in, because if we sign big names or don't draft a QB, I can say we might be making a push for something. But right now, there's just so many holes on the defense and offense. I don't know what we're doing.
I'll say mine, then you can say yours, Joe.
I'm trying to formulate right now.
10-7 in a playoff win.
10-6.
Nope. 7. There's 17 games.
17 games.
17 games. 10-7 in a playoff.
So now the Jets can lose 17 games.
But 10-7.
Things you love to see.
10-7 in a playoff win. I'll give us a loss there. I'll give us a loss, but 10-7 a playoff win, and then we make it as the 7th seed. So, Joe, go ahead.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
I'm debating whether to say this.
Just say it. It's a hot
Rams
take.
missed the playoffs again.
You say who missed the playoffs?
Take, is it? I said the Rams missed the playoffs again. So
they made it this year.
Huh?
Yeah, they beat the Seahawks, didn't
they? Yeah, they beat the Seahawks first round, remember?
The Rams made it. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. I want to do that. Actually, I love the Rams for that. Never mind. I do not.
I was gonna say they changed your guys. That you were so hyped about it because they beat the Seahawks for the pick. Remember?
Wow, that was a slow moment. Let me retool that thought now. Let me actually, you know what? Well, then they'll miss the playoffs now. But yeah.
Okay.
You know?
I mean, I'm fine with that. It'll suck for Stafford, but better draft capital for us with that first round pick.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
They get the first overall pick.
So last thing here, Stafford's in California with his childhood best friend now, Clayton Kershaw.
Stop.
I think it's the main reason why he went to the Rams. I honestly think Kershaw persuaded him to go there. I mean, not like it was Stafford's choice, but Stafford had. I think him in the front office were very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very, one-on-one with each other. They were the front office knew he wanted to be on. Stafford wanted to be on, and they were like, okay, let's try to make a deal that's going to benefit you, us, and the team we trade you to.
Yeah,
so.
I think they did that too, so they didn't have
the only thing about it is Jared Goff's been a Cali boy his whole life.
Yeah, that's the thing we mentioned.
I want to see how he adapts.
Mm-hmm. And it's gonna
playing in,
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting him playing
in a dome, but Chicago, Green Bay, that's gonna be tough for him.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah,
He's played in Green Bay before. I think he's 4-2 against NFC North. They said so. It's gonna be very interesting how he fares. So. But I think that's all we got. So, there's our Stafford take there. So, probably some more Lions news coming out in the next probably week or so. So we'll talk about that on a video. We should be getting our power forwards and centers ranking video out sometime in the next week. It's been delayed about a month and a half now, so we'll be getting those final 2 positions out.
You're not wrong. Wow.
Before the All-Star game. We vouched to have them before the All-Star game, so that will happen. But if you guys,
when's the All-Star game?
last thing I gotta say, thank you guys for the support on the last video. We're finally officially over 100, unless we get cheesed and get taken down again, but we're officially over 100. Knock on wood. But thank you guys so much for that. Thanks for all the support, and if you guys could continue to like and subscribe, that would help us out a lot. And we'll see you guys next time.